Hi, I'm Matt Daniels, director of the First Stage Young Company, and what you're about to see is a presentation of the material our students put together for the Utah Shakespeare Festival High School competition. Every year, we send a small group of our students, lovingly called Team Yorick, to Cedar City, Utah for a long weekend in October to share their love of Shakespeare with 3,000 other like-minded teens from around the country. Under normal circumstances, our highly trained Young Company students tend to come away from this event with a number of awards recognizing their skill. Unfortunately, due to a last-minute canceled flight, Team Yorick was unable to travel to Utah this year, and we had to withdraw from the competition. But the work remained as potent as ever, as you are about to see. The team is able to submit 6 different scenes to the competition, 3 monologues, 1 duo scene, 1 trio scene, and an ensemble scene that must have 4 or more actors. First is a monologue. In this scene from Henry VI, Part 3, which depicts the English Civil War, known as the War of the Roses, Queen Margaret's forces have just defeated the Duke of York in battle and taken him prisoner.
Brave warriors, Clifford and Northumberland, come. Make him stand upon this molehill here, that rotted mountains with outstretched arms, yet parted but the shadow with his hand. What? Was it you that would be England's king? Was it you that revelled in our parliament and made a preachment of your high descent? Where are your meta sons to back you now? The wanton Edward and the lusty George? And where's that valiant crookback prodigy, Dickie, your boy, that with his grumbling voice was wont to cheer his dad in mutinies? Or with the rest? Where is your darling Rutland? Look, York, I stained this napkin with the blood that valiant Clifford with his rapier's point did make issue from the bosom of the boy. And if thine eyes can water for his death, I give thee this to dry thy cheeks withal. Alas, poor York, but that I hate thee deadly, I should lament thy miserable state. I prithee, grieve to make me merry, York. What? Hath thy fiery heart so parched thine entrails that not a tear can fall for Rutland's death? Why art thou patient, man? Thou shouldst be mad, and I to make thee mad do mock thee thus, stamp, rave, and fret, so that I may sing and dance. Thou wouldst be feed, I see, to make me sport. York cannot speak unless you wear a crown. A crown for York. And lords, bow low to him. Hold you his hands whilst I do set it on. Aye, marry, sir, now looks he like a king. Aye, this is he that took King Henry's chair, and this is he was his adopted heir. But how is it this great Plantagenet is crowned so soon and broke a solemn oath? As I bethink me, you should not be king till our King Henry hath shook hands with death. And will you pale your head in Henry's glory and rob the temples of the diadem now in his life against your holy oath? Oh, 'tis a fault too unpardonable. Off with the crown, and with the crown his head. And whilst we breathe, take time to do him dead.
Next up, we have a scene from Henry V, which follows King Henry's invasion of France. In this scene, the French forces, led by the Constable of France, the Duke of Orleans, and the French prince himself, anxiously await the battle to be fought in the morning.
Tut! I've the best armor of the world. Would it were day.
You have an excellent armor, but let my horse have his due.
It is the best horse of Europe.
Will it ever be morning?
My lord of Orleans and my lord high constable, you talk of horse and armor?
You're as well provided of both as any prince in the world.
What a long night is this. I will not trade my horse for any that treads but on 4 pasterns. Sa! Ha! He bounds from the earth as if his entrails were hairs.
Le cheval volant, the Pegasus qui a les nerfs de fou. When I bestride him, I soar. I am a hawk, he trots the air. The earth sings when he touches it. The basest horn of his hoof is more musical than the pipe of Hermes.
He is of the color of the nutmeg.
And the heat of the ginger. It is a beast for Perseus. It is a pure air and fire, and the dull elements of earth and water never appear in him. But in patient stillness as his rider mounts him. He is indeed a horse, any other beast you may call a jade.
Indeed, my lord, it is the most absolute and excellent horse.
It is the prince of palfreys. His neigh is like the bidding of a monarch, and his countenance enforces homage.
No more, cousin.
It is a subject for a sovereign to reason on, and a sovereign to ride on. In the world, familiar to us and unknown, to set aside its particular functions and wonder at him. I writ a sonnet in his praise once, and began thus. Wonder of nature.
I have heard a sonnet begin so to one's mistress.
Then did they imitate that which I composed to my courser? For my horse is my mistress.
Your mistress fares well.
Bears me well. Which is the prescript praise and perfection of a good and particular mistress.
Nay, for methought yesterday your mistress shrewdly shook your back.
So perhaps did yours.
Mine was not bridled.
Oh, then belike, she was old and gentle, and you rode like a kern of Ireland, your French hose often in your straight chaucers.
You have good judgment in horsemanship.
Be warned by me then. They that ride so and ride not warily fall into foul bogs. I had rather have my horse to my mistress.
I had as lief have my mistress a jade.
Thou makest use of anything.
And yet I do not use my horse for my mistress.
My lord constable, the armor that I saw in your tent tonight, were those stars or suns upon it?
Stars, my lord.
Some will fall tomorrow, I hope.
And yet my sky shall not want.
That may be, for you bear many superfluously, and 'twere more honor some were put away.
Even as your horse bears your praises, who would not trot as well were some of your brags dismounted?
Would I were able to load him with his dessert. I will trot tomorrow a mile, and my way will be paved with English faces.
I will not say so, for fear I should be faced out of my way. But I would it were day, for I would fain be about the ears of the English.
Who will go to hazard with me for 20 prisoners?
You must first go yourself to hazard ere you have them.
'Tis midnight. I'll go arm myself.
The Dauphin longs for morning.
Wants to eat the English.
I think he will eat all he kills.
White-handed, my lady, he is a gallant prince.
Swear by her foot, so she may tread out the oath.
He is simply the most active gentleman of France.
Oh, doing is activity, and he will still be doing.
He has done no harm that I heard of.
Nor will do none tomorrow. He will keep that good name still.
I know him to be valiant.
I was told that by one who knows him better than you.
What's he?
Mary, he told me so himself.
Our next monologue is from Julius Caesar, where Caius Cassius is looking for allies in his quest to free the Roman Republic from the growing popularity and ambition of Julius Caesar.
I know that virtue to be in you, Brutus, as well as I do know your outward favor. Well, honor is the subject of my story. I cannot tell what you or other men think of this life, but for my single self, I had as lief not be, as live to be, in awe of such a thing as I myself. I was born free as Caesar, so were you. We both have fed as well, and both can endure the winter's cold as well as he. For once, upon a raw and gusty day, the troubled Tiber chafing with her shores, Caesar said to me, "Darest thou, Cassius, now leap in with me into this angry flood and swim to yonder point?" Upon the word, accoutred as I was, I plunged in and bade him follow. So indeed he did. The torrent roared, and we did buffet it with lusty sinews, throwing it aside and stemming it with hearts of controversy. But Ere we could arrive, the point proposed, Caesar cried, "Help me, Cassius, or I sink!" I, as Aeneas, our great ancestor, did from the flames of Troy upon his shoulder the old Anchises bear, so from the waves of Tiber did I, the tyrant Caesar, and this man is now become a god, and Cassius is a wretched creature who must bend his body if Caesar carelessly, but not on him. He had a fever when he was in Spain, and when the fit was on him, I did mark how he did shake. 'Tis true, this god did shake. His coward lips did from their color fly, and that same eye whose bend doth all the world did lose his luster. I did hear him groan, I, and that tongue of his that bade the Romans mark him and write his speeches in their books. Alas, it cried, "Give me some drink, Titinius, as a sick girl." Ye gods, it doth amaze me, a man of such a feeble temper should so get the start of the majestic world and bear the palm alone.
Our duo scene is from Twelfth Night. Viola, a young woman who was shipwrecked on the shores of Illyria, has disguised herself as a boy and gone into Duke Orsino's service. Now, as Cesario, she's been sent to woo the Lady Olivia on the Duke's behalf.
Now, sir, what is your text?
Most sweetly.
A comfortable doctrine, and much may be said of it. Where lies your text?
In Orsino's bosom.
In his bosom? In what chapter of his bosom?
To answer by the method in the first of his heart.
Oh, I have read it. It is heresy. Have you no more to say?
Good madam, let me see your face.
Have you any commission from your lord to negotiate with my face? You are now out of your text. But we will draw the curtain and show you the picture. Look you, sir, such a one I was this present. Is't not well done?
Excellently done, if God did all.
'Tis ingrained, sir, 'twill endure wind and weather.
'Tis beauty truly blent, whose red and white nature's own sweet and cunning hand laid up. Lady, you are the cruelest she alive, if you will lead these graces to the grave and leave the world no copy.
Oh, sir, I will not be so hard-hearted. I will give out divers schedules of my beauty. It shall be inventoried, and every particle and utensil labeled to my will, as, item, 2 lips, indifferent red. Item, 2 gray eyes with lids to them. Item, 1 neck, 1 chin, and so forth. Were you sent hither to praise me?
I see you what you are. You are too proud. But if you were the devil, you are fair. My lord and master loves you. Oh, such love could be but recompense, though you were crowned in the nonpareil of beauty.
How does he love me?
With adorations, fertile tears, with groans that thunder love, with sighs of fire.
Your lord does know my mind. I cannot love him. Yet I suppose him virtuous, know him noble, of great estate, of fresh and stainless youth, in voices well divulged, free, learned and valiant, and in dimension and the shape of nature a gracious person, but yet I cannot love him. He might have took his answer long ago.
If I did love you in my master's flame, with such a suffering, such a deadly life, in your denial I would find no sense. I would not understand it.
Why, what would you?
Make me a willow cabin at your gate, and call upon my soul within the house. Write loyal cantons of contemned love, and sing them loud even in the dead of night. Hallow your name to the reverberate hills, and make the babbling gossip of the air cry out, Olivia! Oh, you should not rest between the elements of air and earth, but you should pity me.
You might do much. What is your parentage?
Above my fortunes, yet my state is well. I am a gentleman.
Get you to your lord. I cannot love him. Let him send no more. Unless perchance you come to me again to tell me how he takes it, fare you well. I thank you for your pains. Spend this for me.
I am no feed post, lady. Keep your purse. My master, not myself, lacks recompense. Love maketh heart of flint that you shall love, and let your fervor, like my master's, be placed in contempt. Farewell, fair cruelty.
What is your parentage? Above my fortunes, yet my state is well. I am a gentleman. Oh, how be sworn thou art! Of thy tongue, thy face, thy limbs, actions, and spirit do give thee fivefold blaze, and oh, not too fast, soft, soft. Unless the master were the man, how now? Even so quickly may one catch the plague? Oh, methinks I feel this youth's perfections with an invisible and subtle stealth to creep in at mine eyes. Well, let it be. What ho, Malvolio?
Our final monologue is from CYMBELINE. Innogen, another of Shakespeare's heroines who dresses as a boy for protection, has fallen prey to a complicated plot and accidentally taken a potion that feigns death. Laid to rest by her newly adoptive brothers in the woods, it's complicated, she awakes to find a headless man beside her, dressed in the clothes of her husband who she's trying to find in the English countryside.
Yes, sir, to Milford Haven. Which is the way? I thank you. By yon bush? Pray, how far thither? That's Pittigan, can it be 6 mile yet? I've gone all night. Faith, I'll lie down and sleep. Soft, no bedfellow. Ah, these flowers are like the pleasures of the world, this bloody man to care on it. I hope I dreamed, for so I thought I was a cave keeper and cook to honest preachers, but 'tis not so. 'Twas but a bolt of nothing, shot at nothing, which the brain makes of fumes. Our very eyes are sometimes like our judgments, blind. Good faith, I tremble still with fear, but if there be yet left in heaven as small a drop of pity as a wren's eye, fear God's a part of it. The dream's here still. Even when I wake, it is without me as within me, not imagined, felt. A headless man. The garments are posthumous. I know the shape of his leg. This is his hand. His foot mercurial, his martial thigh, the bronze of Hercules, but his jovial face. Murder in heaven, how? 'Tis gone. Pisanio, all curses matted Hecuba gave the Greeks, and Montepilk be darted on thee. Thou conspired with that irregulous devil Clot, and hath here cut off my lord. To write and read be henceforth treacherous. Damn Pisanio hath with his forged letters, damn Pisanio, from this most bravest vessel of the world struck the main top of Posthumus. Alas, where is thy head? Where's that? Amy, where's that? Pisanio might have killed thee at the heart and left this head on. How should this be? Pisanio. 'Tis he and Clotton. Malice and lucre in them have laid this woe here. Pregnant. The drug he gave me, which he said was precious and cordial to me, have I not found it merges to the senses? That confirms it home. This is Pisanio's deed, and Clotton. Give color to my pale cheek with thy blood, that we the harder may seem to those which chance to find us. Oh, my lord. My lord.
For the large ensemble scene, rather than choosing a scene from one of Shakespeare's plays, we've taken each year to putting together a medley that is a meditation on a theme. We've played with this in many ways over the years, looking at all of the storms in Shakespeare as a single storm, or the effects of dreams and sleepless nights. We've explored isolation and young women standing up for themselves, and witchcraft and magic. This year, we worked with pieces exploring flattery, deceit, and consequences.
Open your ears, for which of you will stop the vent of hearing when loud rumor speaks? Upon my tongue's continual slanders ride, the which in every language I pronounce, stuffing the ears of men with false reports. Rumor is a pipe, blown by surmises, jealousies, conjectures, and of so easy and so plain a stop that the blunt monster with uncounted heads can play upon it. From rumor's tongues they bring smooth comforts false, worse than true wrongs.
Which of you shall we say doth love us most, that we our largest bounty may extend? Donald, our eldest born, speak first.
Sir, I love you more than words can wield the matter, dearer than eyesight, space, and liberty, no less than life, with grace, health, beauty, honor, as much as child ere loved or father found, a love that makes breath poor and speech unable. Beyond all manner of so much I love you.
I am made of that self-metal as my sister, and prize made her worth. In my true heart I find she names my very deed of love. Only she comes too short. That I profess myself an enemy to all other joys, and find I am alone felicited in your dear highness' love.
Now our joy, although our last and least, what can you say to draw a third more opulent than your sisters? Speak.
Nothing, my lord.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing will come of nothing. Speak again.
Unhappy that I am, I cannot heave my heart into my mouth. I love your majesty according to my bond, no more nor less.
How? Cordelia, mend your speech a little, lest you may mar your fortunes.
Good, my lord, you have begot me, bred me, loved me. I return those duties back as a right fit. Obey you, love you, and most honor you. Why have my sisters husbands if they say they love you all? Haply when I shall wed, that lord whose hand must take my plight shall carry half my love with him, half my care and duty. Sure, I will never marry like my sisters to love my father all.
But goes thy heart with this?
Aye, my good lord.
So young and so untender.
So young, my lord, and true.
Let it be so. Thy truth be thy dower. Here I disclaim all my paternal care, and as a stranger to my heart and me, hold thee from this forever.
Pray, sit. More welcome are you to my fortunes than my fortunes to me.
Oh, Abimantus, you are welcome.
No, you shall not make me welcome. I have come to have thee thrust me out of doors.
I take no heed of thee.
Thou art an Athenian, therefore welcome. I myself would have no power. Prithee, let my meat make thee silent.
I scorn thy meat. 'Twould choke me, for I should ne'er flatter thee.
Oh, you gods! What a number of men eats Timon and he sees them not. It grieves me to see so many dip their meat in one man's blood. And all the madness is he cheers them up too.
I wonder men dare trust themselves with men. Methinks they should invite them without knives. Good for their meat, and safer for their lives.
Safer for their lives.
From when my outward action doth demonstrate the native act and figure of my heart, in compliment extern, 'tis not long after, but I will wear my heart upon my sleeve for daws to peck at. I am not what I am.
Fortune forbid my outside have not charmed her. I am the man. If it be so as 'tis, poor lady, she were better love a dream. Disguise, I see thou art of wickedness, wherein the pregnant enemy does much.
You may think I love you not. Let that appear hereafter, and aim better at me. By that I now will manifest. For my brother, I think he loves you well, and in dearness of heart hath hope to effect your ensuing marriage. Surely suit ill spent and labor ill bestowed.
Why, what's the matter?
I came hither to tell you, the lady is disloyal.
Who? Hero?
Even she, Leonato's hero, your hero, every man's
Disloyal?
Wonder not till further warrant. Go but with me tonight, you shall see her chamber window entered, even the night before her wedding day.
May this be so?
I will not think it.
If you dare not trust that you see, confess not that you know. If you will follow me, I will show you enough.
In truth, fair Montague, I am too fond, and therefore thou mayest think my haviour light. But trust me, gentlemen, I'll prove more true than those that have more cunning to be strange.
Oh, what authority and show of truth can cunning sin cover itself withal?
Sign me a present pardon from my brother, or with an outstretched throat I'll tell the world aloud what man thou art.
Who will believe thee, Isabel? My unsoiled name, the austereness of my life, my vouch against you, and my place in the state will so your accusation overweigh that you will stifle in your own report and smell of calumny. Redeem thy brother by yielding up thy body to my will, or else he will die the death. As for you, say what you can, my false always your true.
To whom should I complain? Did I tell this? Who would believe me?
Come your ways, sirs. Marry, sir, they have committed false report. Moreover, they have spoken untruth. Secondarily, they are slanderers. Sixth and lastly, they have belied a lady. Thirdly, they have verified unjust things. And to conclude, they are lying knaves.
Will you play upon this pipe?
My lord, I cannot.
'Tis as easy as lying. Govern these vintages with your finger and thumb. Give it breath with your mouth, and it will discourse most eloquent music. Look you, these are the stops.
But these cannot I command to any utterance of harmony. I have not the skill.
Why, look you now, how unworthy a thing you make of me. You would play upon me. You would seem to know my stops. Blood, do you think I am easier to be played upon than a pipe? Call me what instrument you will, though you can fret me, yet you cannot play upon me.
The senators of Athens greet thee, Timon.
I thank them, and would send them back to play. Could I but catch it for them?
Please thee to return with us. So soon shall we drive back of Alcibiades. The approach is wild, who like a boar, too savage, doth root up his country's peace.
Well, sir, I will. Therefore I will, sir, thus. If Alcibiades kill my countrymen, let Alcibiades know this is Timon. That Timon cares not.
Stay not, all's in vain.
Go! Live still. Be Alcibiades your plague, you his, and last so long enough. And tell them this, to ease them of their griefs and life's uncertain voyage, I will some kindness do them. I have a tree, which grows here in my close, which mine own use invites me to cut down, and shortly must I fell it. Tell my friends, tell Athens, in the sequence of degree from high to low throughout, that whoso pleased to stop affliction, come hither, ere my tree hath felt the axe, and hang himself. I pray you, do my grieving.
Oh! Oh! You are men of stones! She's dead as earth. Lend me a looking glass. If that her breath will mist or stain the stone line, then she lives. The plague upon you, murderers, traitors, all. I might have saved her. Now she's gone forever.
Upon my tongue's continual slanders ride, the which in every language I pronounce, stuffing the ears of men with false reports, and make the net that shall enmesh them all.
Thank you for watching the work of these incredibly dedicated and resilient young artists. Although they were not able to travel this year, sharing the work in this way is so meaningful, and we very much appreciate your support. You'll be able to see many of these young artists live and in person in A Midsummer Night's Dream in December. You can get more information about that and the rest of our season on our website, firststage.org. Once again, thank you, and we'll see you soon.